Namaste. Saludos desde la India. Dear Sarah Madam, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Friends, greetings from New Delhi. Being in the advisory committee of the World Forum and also a speaker on behalf of ALCAP to interact with you, I must confess that I was a bit anxious about wearing two hats. But it's quite fine. Usually about the worldly affairs and almost everything for sure. Like everyone else, I don't mind that I have two minds. First and foremost, as a member of the advisory committee of the World Forum, I welcome all the new speakers from across the globe that have joined us to share us their perspective about the fourth industrial revolution. In particular, I'm very grateful to Mr. Emmanuel Katsi Bejra, Honorable Member of Parliament from Ghana, and Mr. Shane Patrick Connolly, Chairman of the Republican Party in Santa Clara, California. I'm confident that Mr. Bedsra's experiences and learnings from Ghana will have a great relevance for the global south and also for the countries that are leading the fourth industrial revolution. While Shane's political insider's view from Silicon Valley will help guide other countries formulate policies to effectively harness opportunities offered by the fourth industrial revolution. Dear Shane, all the best for the forthcoming midterm elections in November. I also congratulate my colleague from ALCAP, Dr. Marcelo Decoud, and noted filmmaker Monica Ismail, who are in discussion with Warner Brothers about the wonderful documentary Trans Guarani they made about Paraguay. And I'm also very pleased to share with you the news that Professor Srinivas, ex-dean of the ESIC Medical College, Hyderabad, is now the director of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi, which is amongst the leading medical and research institutions of the world. ESIC Hyderabad during the COVID pandemic did an exceptional work in India. The institute mentors many medical and super specialty hospitals in Hyderabad and other states of India. An interesting innovation of ESIC is Workers' Fund, where one contributes 0.75% of one's salary to avail the best medical facilities for oneself and family members. This scheme of ESIC caters to around 130 million people in India, which is more than the combined population of Germany and France. Professor Srinivas was to speak this year, but with his new responsibilities at AIMS, I hope you shall empathize. I'm confident you shall have Professor Srinivas as a speaker next year for sure. With ESIC Hyderabad, LCAP had developed dialogues for development that established exchange between India and the parliamentary fraternity of South America, and also with world to share ideas, scientific developments, and innovations of social relevance that prelude a positive transformation, a change, and hope for a better world. You see, audio-visual exchange plays a very important role as our world gets increasingly connected by the fourth industrial revolution. Last but not the least, I'm very thankful to my wonderful friends Vismita Gupta Smith from the World Health Organization, Marcos Latians from California, Elisa Rael, Professor Vitor Vardello from Portugal, and Lord Ramiranger of Mayfair from Britain, who, despite their extremely busy schedule, are spared precious time to interact with you at the World Forum. Friends, we live in very interesting times. Who would have thought we would be talking about a nuclear winter in 2022? Did you give a thought that the World War II was decided by metals like steel and aluminum? The Cold War, which followed soon, was defined by nuclear weapons. But that was the past. We live in the times of the fourth industrial revolution, and the game is all about computing power. One should not be surprised to witness the coming battle which will be over semiconductors. Advanced chips are now crucial for every aspect of modern life and also modern battlefield. Please know that the power to produce leading edge chips is in the hands of just five companies, three from the US, one from Japan, and one from the Netherlands. The typical situation is bound to cause some friction because the economic power of the world has already shifted from the west to the east. Recent discussion was about whether, after the Nord Stream gas pipeline hit, could it be the internet cables next in the South China Sea? Quite challenging times, I must confess. The fourth industrial revolution is creating cyber physical systems which are characterized by a fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. You can see how the ongoing digital initiatives are transforming the economic, social, technological, and national landscapes. For example, India's digital initiatives like the UPI, ONDC, RuPay are finding acceptance across Asia, Africa, Mid East, and Europe. These are the most inspiring examples of the applications of technology to solve complicated issues. Last week, International Monetary Fund called India's direct cash transfer other social welfare programs such as a logistical marvel. So no one was surprised when IMF's Paolo Mauro remarked that the world has a lot to learn from India. Meanwhile, India's neighbor, China, I was reading, has been developing an artificial intelligence based smart court system since 2016, which uses artificial intelligence to improve courts. Considering that legal decisions are based on precedents and logic, in this case, artificial intelligence correctly perceived human errors in the verdict. So, friends, we are heading for a very interesting future where software slowly paves way for the artificial intelligence. Digital 2022 Global Overview report says that 12.5 trillion hours are spent online, a new milestone in internet adoption and new records for social media use. So, as we spend more time in the virtual world, we also have to realize that technology is neither good nor bad. It's what we do with it that makes the difference. Of course, there are many challenges. Uh, Technological divide, the high cost of data in many countries, and even higher cost to inform, to educate, to expose, to market, to promote, etc. Not only the increased competition, this is a high capital investment affair with the risk of increasing inequality. As the age of lithium, chips, and semiconductors commences and engulfs most, and then all of us, it is very disheartening to see that Asia, Africa, Mid East, significant chunk of Europe, and South America are nowhere in the picture. Just think about it and the gaps that exist. Friends, I hope that our interaction will make us, especially the policymakers and technocrats amongst us, look for and explore technologically savvy, creative, and strategic solutions that make use of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things to integrate data, content, and drive convenience. But most importantly, focus on upskilling the workers and invest in the young talent to bring about a better change in the societies and nations that we all wish to see. To recall the lines of Robert Frost, the woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but policymakers have promises to keep. And so the Sanskrit words of wisdom of the mantra for you are Charaveti Charaveti. Keep walking. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Namaste.